Hi, I'm Scott Sheldon, and welcome to this episode of Winegazer. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in this episode, we're going to feature two wines coming from Evidence. Evidence Wine was started by Chris Woodrum and Jason Court with a vision to bridge the gap between ultra-high-end cult California wine and mass-produced premium wines made here in California. I think you know who I'm talking about. One of the things I love about Evidence Wine right off the bat, check this out, in their cork, you just planted a tree. So they have a little deal with the Arbor Day Foundation. You buy a bottle of wine, and part of the proceeds go to planting a little sapling, a little baby tree. So very cool. When you're kicking back, enjoying your wine, got your feet up, and someone calls you a lazy bum, you can say, "Hey man, I planted a tree today. What did you do today?" Food for thought. So, first wine, 2009 Zinfandel. Fruit coming from Lodi, 90% Zinfandel, 5% Sangiovese, 5% Sauzao. Yes, the Portuguese grape. Cool graphics on the label, by the way. $24 US, 14.9% alcohol, 18 months, and 55% New French oak, 45% New American oak. And excited to try the wine. Been decanting for about an hour and a half. Yes, you may recognize this decanter if you saw the Wine Tools episode here on Winegazer. Beautiful color, a little garnet, a little bit of rust coming through, pretty dark. Let's get some air going on in here. I love Zinfandel, I gotta tell you. I mean, to me, if Zinfandel was music, it'd be rock and roll, no doubt. I mean, this is like the party grape. I don't know, just like people who are into Zinfandel just seem to be fun, kind of like unstuffy types of people. Just party freaks, in my opinion. And I use freak in the most loving term, by the way. Let's give it a smell. So beautiful brown sugar, like creme brulee, caramel action coming through. And then you have like dark chocolate covered dark cherries. Really intriguing. Also layers of wood. You know, with the Sangiovese and the Sauzao and all that oak, get these different layers of wood. Really, really nice on the nose. I like what's going on here. It's New World. It's not barnyard or funky at all. Very clean on the nose. Let's give it a little taste. Good acid on this wine. I like it's not flabby, it's not jammy, it's nice and tight. Nice soft mid palate, which I really like. Nice raspberries, cherry fruit coming through. A little bit of white pepper. Just luscious waves of fruit on the finish. Real beautiful wine. I like it. I like what's going on here. 92 points. I'm scoring this wine. Great value play, $24. 400 cases produced on this wine. You can check them out, evidencewine.com. And let's shuffle some things around and move on to the second wine. So a winemaker, Jason Court, did stints at Cardinal and at La Jolla, so no stranger to making high quality wines. And the second wine we have here is the Unorthodox red blend. Again, the fruit coming from Lodi. Let's see if I can get this right. 70% Zinfandel, 10% Sangiovese, 5% Syrah, 5% Sauzao, 5% Tempranillo, and 5% Tannat. Boom, baby. Again, 2009, 600 cases of this wine made, rolls in at $29 US. And I'm really excited to try this intriguing blend we have going here. Again, these wines have been decanted for about an hour and a half. Yes, that's right, got a new decanter. You like it, huh? So, yes, it matches the first rule, the first criteria for a good decanter. Easy to clean. Let's pour it up. Yeah, because I mean, if a decanter is hard to clean, I mean, it's just not worth your while. It really isn't. It's just a pain in the butt. See the color again, very similar to the first wine, very dark, dense, garnet colors. Let's give it a smell. So, more earthy than the first wine. Reminds me of like being in the forest, going through caves, smelling that moist, cool, damp, like mossy air, the forest floor, with moss and pine needles and tree bark and soft dirt. That's totally what's coming through on the nose with this wine. It's smoky also. Tobacco leaf. A little bit of graphite, like pencil lead as well. Oh, very, very complex nose on this wine. Also, like, I don't know, like a little bit of like vinyl, leather action. It's kind of like, if someone took a leather glove with a face full of berries and pushed it in your face. That's what's coming through on this wine. This is a big boy, and no fooling around with this wine, let me tell you. I like it though. I like what's going on here. Let's give it a little taste. So this reminds me of like if you go into like a really high-end restaurant for brunch and you get like some waffles and they have this fruit compote where it's like blackberries and raspberries and strawberries that they've been like stewing in a mixture, and then they pour it over the top of your waffle. That's what I'm getting. It's like this butteriness, this wonderful like stewed fruit, again a little bit of brown sugar, that smokiness. I'm telling you, these wines, when it comes to food pairing, you better come strong or don't bother. You better bring some ribs, you better bring some big steaks, some burgers, some spicy food, or you should just enjoy them on their own, because these wines really bring a lot of power to the table, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. This is good stuff here. I'm going 91 points on the Unorthodox blend. I really like it. Let's give it another sip. Vibrant fruit again on this wine. Beautiful stuff. Good job to Jason Court, the winemaker. Thank you, Jason and Chris, for sending in samples of the wines to be featured on the show. I thank you very much. Check these guys out, evidencewines.com. And it's interesting, this time of year, things are cooling off. Here in California, starting to get kind of cold, and my palate is starting to gravitate more towards things like Zinfandel. And I'm curious to know from you, what is your palate? What do you gravitate towards with your palate in the cold weather, in the fall, winter, time of year? What do you really like to enjoy? What kind of wine do you like to enjoy? So please go down in the comments below. I'd like to hear about it. It just makes me happy to hear those kinds of things. And so tell me, what do you like to drink in the cold weather? What kind of wine do you like? So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, cheers.